Hi, welcome back to Karma Yogini. Today's video we're going to be looking at how to find that sweet spot in your posture. So how do you know if you're pushing yourself enough, if you're challenging yourself, but not about to injure yourself? So that's very important. It should always feel quite comfortable in yoga. So we're going to do two postures as an example. And I'll walk you through 4 different questions that you need to be asking yourself during your practice. So let's take tree pose for an example. So you find your tree pose, and once you're in your posture, or on your way to your posture as you're progressively developing it, you ask yourself, am I in pain? So if there's ever any pain while you're practicing yoga, that's a sign from your body that you need to back out. So let's say that maybe I had an injury anywhere in my leg, maybe hip, knee, ankle, and your foot. Then maybe weight bearing on one leg would be quite painful in this balancing posture. So then for me, I would just continue like this, or maybe I would put some of my weight into my other foot to help me. Okay, so any pain, it just means that variation of the posture isn't for you today. The second question you want to ask yourself is, are you stable? So let's say I'm here and I am constantly wobbling all over the place. So maybe this is a bit too much for me, because you should be able to find stillness even if you fall out of it from time to time. So you can always have one toe down to help give you some support. Or maybe you're really stable here and you need to challenge yourself a little more. And then you could bring it up to the calf or into the inner thigh. Again, in tree pose, never on the knee. Second question you want to ask yourself is, are you still maintaining the neutral spine? So you should never lose that neutral spine in your yoga postures. So maybe I'm rounding and I'm unable to maintain this while balancing. I'm just very unstable in the core. So again, you just come back to another variation while you build up that core strength. And then once you can hold your core steady, then you can come into a different variation. And the last question, which is the most important, is your breath smooth and steady? So you always want to have your breathing, you want to be paying attention to your breathing, because it's your number one source of feedback from your body. So if I was here and I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, and it's really challenging in the body, and the breath is unsteady, not constant, and very powerful, then you should back out of it and try another one. Okay, so you want to be pushing yourself. So I'm already feeling it in my leg, in my core engaging, but I'm able to maintain a nice conversation, and the breath can be steady and smooth. Let's try it again in a forward fold. Okay, so if you want to follow me, you can come down onto the ground. So this would be our forward fold, right? So this is what a lot of people do. Yeah? So our 4 questions again. Is there any pain? So maybe you have some hip pain, knee pain, hamstrings are really tight. So you need to back out of it until there's no pain. It should be quite comfortable. Then, so maybe you're not here, you're back up here, and that's okay. Maybe you need to tuck some bolsters under the knees to support them. Maybe you need to put a cushion under the hips to give yourself a little tilt of the pelvis to help you in that posture. Then you check in with your neutral spine. Okay, so we shouldn't be rounded forward. You're trying to go too far. So you should be able to maintain this. So I can only go as far as I can maintain this spine. So let's say I'm here. So then you just bend your knees so that they meet your torso, okay? This is not a bad variation of forward folds. This is good, this is safe, and I'm getting my stretch where I need it. Then let's see. Do you feel stable is the other question. I hope you feel stable sitting on the ground. So this one doesn't apply so much for any seated or lying postures. It's more so for the standing one. And the last question is check in with the breath, okay? So maybe you're really trying to use your muscles to push you down further. But this is a very relaxing posture. And so you just have to let your muscles, let them let go. You shouldn't be forcing them to go down. You shouldn't be pulling on your body. So you just allow the breath to take you deeper into the posture. And so maybe once you reach your end, then you can just let the head hang. That's okay. But you shouldn't be up here rounded. Okay? So these 4 questions can be used throughout your entire yoga sequence, your yoga practice. So to review them, the first one is, am I in any pain? Then you always back out of it. The second one, am I stable? So then if you're feeling really, really wobbly, constantly falling out of it, you just widen your base. Okay, so you take your feet apart a bit more. And the third one is your spine in neutral alignment. So you should always maintain that straight spine. And finally, how is the breath? Is your breath steady and smooth? Thank you for joining me again. I'm Samantha, and I'll see you later. Namaste.